Have you ever left a professional development session thinking, well, that was underwhelming? Let's face it, so many PD sessions leave us feeling uninspired, disconnected, and sometimes downright undervalued. But what if your PD could actually fuel your passion for teaching instead of draining it? In today's episode, we're looking at the 5 key questions to ask about any professional development that you're considering. If you're tired of PD that doesn't honor you as a teacher, this episode is your game changer. Let's do this. Hey friends, welcome to Enjoy Teaching Again, the podcast for teachers who love the work but need a little spark to bring the joy back. I'm your host, Elizabeth Peterson, classroom teacher, arts integration specialist, and passionate educator of over 25 years. If you're overwhelmed by behaviors, disengaged students, and long, exhausting days, you are not alone. But together, we can turn things around and you can teach with confidence and purpose again. So locate that cold coffee of yours, find your favorite pen, I know you have one, and let's dive in. It's time to get inspired and enjoy teaching again. Now, before we jump in, I want to remind you, you don't have to settle for uninspiring PD ever again. The Classroom Reset Challenge is a free teacher-centered experience that's designed for teachers like you, caring, creative, and ready to find joy in teaching again. When you join, you'll get strategies that you can use right away, plus a supportive community that makes you feel valued. I promise you're going to walk away with ideas that work. No fluff, no wasted time. During this challenge, you'll be part of 2 live 1-hour workshops. One on July 22nd and the other July 23rd. The first day, we're going to focus on how to improve student behaviors. And on the second day, we'll look at how you can practically eliminate burnout. Sound good? Plus, we'll have a community component. We're going to have door prizes and lots of fun. This is the summertime after all. So head to theinspiredclassroom.com/challenge. That's theinspiredclassroom.com/CHALLENGE and sign up today. So this is actually one of my favorite topics to talk about, teacher-centered PD. Because, well, for one, I'm a teacher, right? And I have attended many professional development workshops and courses, all kinds of things, online, face-to-face, you name it, probably just like you have. And the other is because I've also created professional development. In fact, I've been creating PD for the last 19 years. My very first workshop that I ever gave was just a couple of months after the birth of my first child. And I remember having to go out and buy a different set of clothes that would fit my post-pregnancy body and look professional. And I taught a workshop about arts integration at UNH, my local university here in New Hampshire. And I absolutely loved it. I loved every minute of it. And I could tell that the teachers were also enjoying it as well. Their faces were lighting up, they were active, they were doing the activities that I was showing them, they were smiling, and they were just excited about trying some of these ideas in their classroom the very next school day. And that's what we want. We want professional development to excite us, to inspire us, and to light a fire under us so that we can do some really amazing things in our classrooms. Now, if you're like me, you've had your share of uninspiring professional development where you sit and you listen, maybe jot down a few decent ideas, but you leave feeling like nothing's really going to change. And then there's also the PD that fills up your notebook and fills up your head with great ideas, but once you fold that packet back up and put it on the shelf, nothing really sticks, and you don't even know how to start implementing what you just learned. But then there was one professional development workshop that changed everything for me. It was a math-focused training where the consultant didn't just present. He challenged us. He gave us problems. He made us struggle. He pushed us to work together and to figure things out. We were doing the math, not just learning about it. And I left that day totally energized and excited to bring that same challenge and excitement to my own classroom. That math consultant, well, he gave us PD that respected us as adults. He respected our intelligence. He honored our experience. He really ignited something in so many of us that day. That was teacher-centered professional development. And that's exactly what I strive to offer in every workshop that I lead, whether it's in person or online. I ask teachers to engage in hands-on, creative, teacher-centered activities because I know that's what leads to real transformation. We all deserve PD that values us and pushes us to grow. And that's what our motto is all about at the Inspired Classroom. It's get inspired so you can be inspiring. Notice the word get. It's an action. It's not passive. And I think what a lot of teachers need to be reminded of from time to time, myself included, is that you have to choose PD. You have to get the PD that's going to fuel your passion and gets you excited to teach again. So I'm going to share with you 5 questions that every teacher should be asking themselves when they go and when they choose their PD. All right, so here's the first question. Am I going to be valued as a professional? Now, this is the very first and arguably most important question to ask when you're considering any kind of professional development. Because think about it. Have you ever attended PD where you felt like you were being talked down to? Where it felt more like a compliance exercise than an opportunity for some real growth? When PD is teacher-centered, it honors your expertise, your voice, and your experience. You're not treated like a passive recipient of information. You're an engaged professional with insight to share. I mean, you have years of experience, and that should be honored, right? Teacher-centered PD includes opportunities for things like discussion and collaboration and contribution, and it welcomes your ideas and treats you as a thought partner in this learning process. So you walk away not only with some strategies, but with some kind of affirmation that what you actually do matters and that your development as a teacher is really worth investing in. And let's be honest, we all want to feel like our time is being spent on something that's going to move us forward and not just check off a box. Well, that's the same type of energy that will be part of our free Classroom Reset Challenge. It's designed to help you feel energized and supported right from the start. We're all in this together, and your thoughts, your voice, your ideas will be truly valued. The next question that I want you to think about is maybe gonna come off as something a little odd at first, but the question is, will I be treated special? Now, this may sound a little indulgent, but it really isn't. Feeling special at a PD isn't about, rolling out the red carpet. It's about the thoughtful details that show that someone took some time to consider you. Were there quality materials provided? Was the environment welcoming and engaging? Did someone take the effort to make the day or the hour or the afternoon not just informational, but enjoyable? Now think about that for a moment. You should be asking yourself, will I enjoy the work I'm doing during this PD? Will it be creatively fulfilling? Will it stimulate my mind? Maybe will it be fun? I think that's important. You should feel lit up by what you're learning and doing, not bored and overwhelmed. So you deserve the professional development that brings you joy in the process of learning. That's what we want for our students, right? And so that's why our professional development should provide that for us as teachers. So when you attend a teacher-centered PD, there are often those little extras, bonus resources, comfortable atmospheres, even a fun theme or a chance to win a prize. And that's what makes you feel like more than just a warm body in a chair. Feeling special reminds you that your work matters and that your growth is worth celebrating. So when you sign up for the Classroom Reset Challenge, we make sure that happens. From creative activities that make you feel energized to a supportive community that lifts you up. We even have some door prizes and other fun things that we're not going to reveal right now. You'll walk away not only with some new ideas, but with that deep sense that you truly matter as an educator and actually enjoy your time in PD. All right, now let's get down to the nuts and bolts here, because the third question I want you to ask about your professional development is this: are the ideas practical? Now, the ideas that you take away from professional development, they need to be practical, meaningful, and something that you'll actually use, something that's applicable to your specific teaching situation. It's not enough to just hear about some abstract theories or trendy strategies. You need some actionable insights that you can really adapt and use with your students. A strong PD session will leave you with lessons or activities and tools that you can implement right away, but it should also leave you with something else, a motivation, a sense of motivation and excitement for your work. That spark, that re-energizing boost is often the missing ingredient that tends to happen in most PD. But when it's done right, it can actually breathe some new life into your classroom. And that's exactly what I'll be aiming to do inside the Classroom Reset Challenge. You're going to walk away with practical and creative ideas, but I also want you to walk away with a renewed, refreshed drive to bring these ideas into your classroom with some confidence and with some joy. All right, now question number 4. Are the facilitators teachers themselves? Now this one is big. I can't tell you how many times I've heard teachers say, you can tell when it's a real teacher leading the PD. And it's true. There's just something different about it. Don't you agree? Maybe it's a teacher who's still in the classroom or one who just recently retired, but they get it. They understand what it's like juggling the planning and the teaching and the managing behaviors and maybe trying to stay creative and keep their head above it all. When the facilitator doesn't have that current in the trenches type of perspective, their ideas often feel a little outdated or impractical, or sometimes I see teachers that will have like this look on their face like, like you don't even know, right? I've seen that so many times. But as education and students evolve, we need professional development that's really just led by people who understand what is actually happening in today's classroom. The real challenges, the dynamics that seem to be shifting with society, and what truly works inside the classroom. Things that are tried and true and proven by actual teachers. And that's why I really believe that the best PD is led by educators who know what it's like to teach right now. And of course, that's exactly what we're going to make sure happens inside of the Reset Challenge. It's me, right? I'm going to be teaching it. I'm a real teacher. I'm currently in the classroom right now. I'll be sharing real strategies that work in today's world. I've tested everything in my own classroom and worked with so many other teachers over the years who have done the same in theirs. And I understand the challenges that you're facing because chances are I'm facing the same ones that you are. You may hear me smiling here behind the microphone, but I face daily challenges every single day, just like you, sometimes even into the summertime. And I've learned ways to rise above those challenges and just keep my head in the game so that I can continue to do what I love, which is teach, and also working with other teachers. All right, number 5, the last question I want you to really consider when you're trying to pick out and go and get inspired with some great PD is, will I have time to try things out? Now, this one really sets great professional development apart from the rest. Hands down, one of the most valuable gifts you can give any teacher during professional development is time. Right? The time to actually do the work. Too often we're rushed through sessions, taking in ideas with just no time to reflect on them or plan or even process what's happening. Sometimes what we need most is space to reflect quietly on what we're learning, think about how we can implement these things into our classroom. Other times it means getting our hands dirty with something creative, like what I always do in my arts integration workshops, where we create projects right there on the spot. And let's not forget how important it is to simply have time to collaborate with our teammates. That's one of the most coveted parts of any district provided professional development, right? The opportunity to actually work with colleagues on things that matter to our classroom. Now, inside the Classroom Reset Challenge, you'll be given that gift of time. Time to think, to create, to collaborate, and most importantly, time to really reconnect with why you love to teach. Because when you're given the space to try things out, boy, does that transformation really get rolling. So what PD are you thinking about? Remember, you have some say in what you choose. That's the get inspired part. It's an active thing that you do. So you go out there and get the PD that will inspire you. And I really hope that you join me inside the free Classroom Reset Challenge. It's going to be held on July 22nd and 23rd, where you'll experience PD like it's meant to be, engaging, empowering, and yeah, even enjoyable. You'll be valued as a professional, treated with care, and encouraged to dive into some meaningful hands-on activities that make you think, make you create and collaborate. And you're going to walk away with some practical strategies, some fresh motivation, and a real sense of community with fellow caring and creative teachers. This isn't about checking off boxes. It's about hitting reset on your teaching life with some joy and purpose. And that's what I want for you when you join me inside of this free Classroom Reset Challenge. So head to theinspiredclassroom.com/challenge. I'll put the link in the show notes as well. Okay, let's do this. You deserve it. I can't wait to see you inside the challenge. I hope this episode inspired you, encouraged you, or gave you a fresh idea to try. And if so, I would love for you to take a screenshot and text it to one of your teaching buddies. I'm so grateful that you landed here with me today, and it would mean the world to me if you would leave me a review over on Apple Podcast. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. This is Elizabeth Peterson reminding you to get inspired so you can be inspiring to your students and enjoy teaching again.